Hi everybody, and in this video we are going to talk about how to make a website. As an engineering student, we often think in our beginner days that how web pages work and how the websites are made. So in this video, I'm going to break down the process into 5 simple things, that how you should design a website, how you should make a website, what languages do you need, what tools do you need, and what to do after that. And I would recommend to go through my blog, which I have written on my website, about how to make a website, and there you will get the detailed text breakdown about all the topics in simple words, which I have written by my own. So it will be good if you will open this alongside with this video. Now coming on to making a website. So what is the first thing that you should do before making a website? The first thing is selecting a niche. What does it mean? It means that before making a website, you should know why you have to make it. Let's say I'm an engineer. So I will not jump into making a website only because I can do it or I can make a website. No. The most common mistake that people do while making a website is not selecting a niche. You should know the purpose of the website. You should know why you have to make that website. And once you got the clear purpose, then you can build a website in a very easy way. Now the next thing is, what are the tools required for making a website? So any i3, i5 laptop, EVOC 10th generation will do the work. Other than that, you need 256 gigabytes of storage and any operating system and a web browser to run the website. You don't need very high-end workstations or GPUs and all. You all need just basic machine and it will run your code fine. So what are the terminologies attached to a website? What is front end, back end and bridge? We will understand it one by one. Let's say I opened a page in web browser. Let's say I go to Mozilla and I searched YouTube, and an interface comes in front of me. What is this? The thing that are appearing on this is front end with which I am interacting. So front end means something, the part of a website with which the user communicates directly. This is the front end. Similarly, for the other websites such as LinkedIn, or you visit on a gaming site, STEM, other websites too, all these are front end, what you are looking at currently on a website. Next thing is the back end. So when I go like this and I do inspect, you can see some sort of code running below here. The render, rich grid, TD, all these things. These are not complete backend, but these are the part of backend. You can't see the code behind this website. So the code behind the website is called a backend. The code which is running a website from behind you, the user directly can't see it. It is called a backend. So the front end is what I see, and the back end is what is making me see the front end. Now the bridge. So you have a front end and you have a back end. You need a medium so that both the ends can communicate. Like let's say the front end says that I need a data. So how can he get it? He will send the message to backend, but how that message will reach the backend? The message will reach the backend by a medium. So that medium is bridge. And for the bridge, which we call communication layer in technical jargon, we use APIs such as REST API, the Fetch API, the WebSocket, JSON, all these things. This is the bridge which connects both the ends. Now we have understood what is front end, what is back end, and what is bridge, so that we will move on to the steps required for building that website. Now here comes the building part. I will keep it short and simple. There are 5 steps. Design a front end, make a back end, bridge both the ends, decide a domain and hosting, and then SEO and aftermath. So the step first is designing a front end. So to do that, we use three languages: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. In simple terms, HTML is all the text that you see on a website. CSS is the design behind it, the color, the font, the style, the position of text. All these things is CSS. And the third language, JavaScript, is used when we have to add live features on the website, such as we have to add a login page, we have to add buttons, we have to add toggles, we have to add scrolls, bars, all these things. So we use JavaScript. Using these three languages, design a front end for the website. Once you build the front end, the next part is making a back end. The websites can be front end only, but if you need a back end, for that the three main languages are used: Node.js, Java, Spring Boot, and Python Flask. Why we need a backend? We need a backend to connect with databases. We need to store data given by users. We need to add more features, add live servers to our website. And to do that, you will have to learn all these languages. You should know programming languages. Then only you can design a backend. Design front end is easy, but in a website, making a backend is the real part. If you have to make a backend, you should know the languages Java, Python, and Node.js. Other than that, what work a backend does, I have told already in the video. It is the backstage work behind a website. If you need a full-fledged website, let's say you need a YouTube, so where all the videos will be stored, where all the comments will be stored, where all the markups, likes, dislikes, subscribes, where we hold, all the data is held in databases, and to connect that databases to the front end, we use the backend. It's that simple. In short, the third step is bridging both the ends. It's nothing. Use a API to make a medium of communication between the front end and the back end. It's that simple. Nothing rocket science in that. It's a very easy process. If you know the programming languages, you can do it easily. Once you have the front end, the back end, and the bridge, there comes the crucial part of making the website live, which is domain and hosting. So domain is the name of a website, also known as a website's address or a web address. It ends with .com, .io, .me, .in, .org, many things. So every website has its own unique domain, and to get that domain, you can go on to domain selling or domain renting sites such as GoDaddy, Cloudflare, Namecheap, and Squarespace. And there you can go and find the suitable domain which you need, pay the money, and you will get the domain for the required period of time. After that, you need a hosting platform. So what is a hosting platform? A hosting platform means a space or server where all the data of your website will be stored. For me, I used a GitHub page because it's free, so you can use that. Other than that, you can use Netlify or the Amazon web server, Bluehost also. These are the platforms which store all the data of your website and make it live. After that comes the last step, SEO and aftermath. Once you made the website, you need to reach the people's phone or web browsers at first glance. So to do that, people do search engine optimization and all the things like use good titles, use relevant keywords, use nice fast loading website. Yes, it's very important for a website to be light, to be loaded faster, so that it can reach people's browsers easily. So the last step is SEO and aftermath. Once you do all this, your website will be ready. And this was the all process of making a website. To understand this video in deep, you can go through my blog. I have written all these things there. You can go through there. If you like this video, please like this, post a comment, subscribe to my page. I will bring more videos to you all of easy breakdown of topics related to tech and web development. Thank you.